Well, I lost track of time here today. I went to the Jewish synagogue today, the Messianic synagogue, and I'm thinking it's Sunday, and I mean, it's just the whole day seems to be screwed up in my keeping of the time, and it's later than I usually start my video, which is weird. Anyway, the video for the 3rd of July is a question. Are Brexit, Brics, and a restored U.S. Republic hopium? These have been days of struggle for me as I re-examine things I have taken for granted most of my life. I have believed I would see the kingdom of heaven on earth, and I have aligned myself with people and groups I felt shared my vision of a better world. I've made numerous videos about this. Nothing new here. Nevertheless, Brexit shows a positive sign of real change. I need to put the word "a" in there. A positive sign of real change regardless of the cabal attempts to turn it back in their favor. Will this help bring Brics into greater possibility of real political and economic change? What about the restored United States Republic? Will it really take over in July this year? Please watch Brexit the movie, and I provide the link for that. Indeed, my friend from the United Kingdom, from England, and I had a conversation earlier this morning before I went to the synagogue, and he's the one that sent me the movie. And when I watched it, I was really happy, including seeing that Switzerland has avoided the common market, or EU, or whatever you want to call the European Union, which that's what it is, the EU. They have avoided it, and they are the most prosperous and thriving nation in Europe. I found that interesting to see. Now, some have said, of course, in the past that Switzerland is actually behind the cabal. I don't know. I don't know anymore what truth is and what isn't true. There have been so many allegations, so many finger pointings this way and that way, that it's hard to tell what the truth is. I used to think I had it figured out. I didn't. I don't now. It's a mass of confusion. There are all sorts of things happening. Now, I think it was good that there was a popular election in Great Britain, and that the European Union, which is raping the nations of Europe, and wants to rape all the nations of the world, and to some degree it already is, that is showing signs of potentially coming apart. We know that there are major demonstrations in France, for example. And France is the country that we are beholden to, that there's some incorporation connected to France, according to Anna von Reich. And I mean, I read her stuff, and it's very, very interesting. Again, how much of that is true and is going to take effect? She is saying that God is making adjustments. I sure hope so, because it's time to get these demons off our backs, these people that have usurped false authority by corporatizing everything. Corporations need to become totally invalidated around the world, even private corporations, even little corporations. I used to think that it was only the multinational, and I've said that in recent videos. No, all corporations are fraud because it's legal fiction. It means it's not lawful. It's not based on life. It's based on death. A corporation is a corpse. It is a dead entity. And that is how everything has been maneuvered. You and I have been labeled as corporations. That's what the name in all capital letters means, for those of you that don't know that. I'm sure most people that listen to me realize that that's what it means. But there might be some people at some point that listen to this that don't realize that when your name is all in capital letters, it means they're not looking at you as a human being. You are a corporate entity. You are a corporation. You are a corpse that still has mobility and still speaks, but a corpse. No rights, nothing that's of value to the system, because the system is fraud, and they don't want anything real in a fraudulent system, because truth is the enemy of fiction. It's a natural enmity, and it is normal. There is right and wrong. These people that go around teaching you that there is no right and wrong, that anything goes, they are not telling the truth. They are living a lie, and they are part of perpetrating the lie of the dark entities that they say there's no light and darkness, there's no right and wrong. This is all part of the lie. Now, I'd like to see Brexit hold. I'd like to see Britain come back and actually take a positive place and play a positive role in the world. And I'd like to see the Brics vision of readjusting the political and economic structures of the world. I'd like to see them come into balance. I read an article about China pushing out Muslims, put forth by, of course, the anti-Muslim American community. Now, I don't know if what they're representing about China is true or not true, but nevertheless, it's something that's being perpetrated by people that are anti-Muslim. I am not anti-Muslim. Don't consider me that. I am not anti any religion. I am anti all religion in the respect that all religion contains a lot of errors. It has been manipulated by the cabal, by dark entities, and it all contains things that enslave humanity and keep humanity ignorant and enslaved. And it needs to be uprooted, exposed, and only the light turning on and shining into the darkness can do that. But we must embrace the darkness and recognize that we've all been part of it. Whether knowingly or unknowingly, we've all been deceived and pulled into the entrapment put forth by this evil cabal. And again, I go back, why would God allow it? I don't have the answer to that. I wish I did. That's the question of questions. Why would a loving God allow such unloving things to be perpetrated on his children, supposedly, we are also little gods, little G-O-D-S, not capitalized, a little G-O-D. We are gods in the making, if you will. Evolutionary gods evolving, beings evolving into divinity. I'd like to see the actual United States and all countries adopt a constitution that guarantees the rights, the natural rights of human beings, whatever race, religion, nationality they may be. I'd like to see a re-education, that we are finally told the truth. However that occurs, that needs to happen. We need to be retrained because we've been programmed with lies, and lies cannot produce truth. Lies produce more lies, and that's why constitutions that are under corporate control are pages and pages and pages of mountains of documents with rules contradicting each other in many cases, because they're created to cover a certain specific case or a certain specific situation to exonerate the people and get them out from under responsibility. So anyway, there's lots of things I'd like to see happen. I'm hoping that some of the promises that have been made and some of the things that have been foretold as far as what's happening and what's right in the present period of time, I'd like to see them fulfilled and come into fruition. I'd like to see humanity set free. Thank you very much for listening, and may God bless you, and may God help us all. Namaste.